Okay, it says we are live. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for being here. You are at Burns Junk Closet. I want to give you guys a welcome in the chat. I see G Family and Sheila, or sorry, Shalaya Thompson. Welcome, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. So today, guys, we have my co-hosts, Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols. Their links are in the description of this video. Please, if you're not connected to them, please go and connect to them. So today we are going to present to you today, guys, work from home job opportunities, especially now in this time and that we're in. Unfortunately, a lot of people may have lost their jobs or maybe both incomes if they were a husband and wife. And hopefully this can help you, give you some ideas if you are considering to work from home for a company. And then we're also going to give you some ideas of working from home for yourself, because that is something that if you are working for yourself, you need to be proud of because you deserve it and you need to go for it. You guys know that is my thing, just to go for it. And you have to create your own best life, whatever that is for you, whether it's working for a company or working on your own. However, when you work on your own, it's a little bit tough because you really have to be determined to succeed, regardless of who is around or not supporting you. So we're going to touch on that. And I also want to let you guys know, don't reject yourself before others can. Don't go out there and think, oh, I can start this business. No, I can. It's not going to work. Don't do that. You say it's going to work. I'm going to do this. We all start off like this to get like this. So you have to look at the big picture, okay? There's no need to get ready, no need of waiting to be ready. Just go for it because the time is now. The time is now. So guys, I just want to say a little prayer. It's a very small, short prayer. Hold on, let me find it. I lost it again. And the prayer is, we're praying that this helps someone to be able to thrive, to be able to succeed, to be able to achieve their dreams and goals. And we are just giving you some tips on how to do that. So again, welcome in everybody. I'm going to let my co-hosts, Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols, introduce themselves, and then we're going to get right into it. And while they're doing that, if you see your name on the screen, that's me welcoming you in, and I'll say something in the chat also. So I'm just going to mute myself. And I'm going to let Coach Sherry start off first, and then Coach Sherry after that, Nikki Nichols. And once Nikki Nichols tells us about herself and her page, then I'll come back on and we'll get into work from home jobs or working from home for yourself. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Vern, for inviting me to be on this panel. This panel is so timely. It's going to be so dynamic. And my background is in education, business, entrepreneurship. I have extensive experience in all of those things. My channel is about workforce development, career readiness, and entrepreneurship. And I talk about real life issues, real talk issues. And I go live every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The name of my channel is Coach Sherry. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Nikki Nichols, and I recently just left my office job to start a work from home job. I was an office manager. I'm currently in school pursuing my business administration degree. Don't have too much longer for that to go. And so I'll be talking today about how to find work from home jobs. My channel, I do product reviews. Sometimes I vlog, and just recently, which is how Vern found me, I've been doing work from home videos. So I'll be going more into those type of videos. So look forward to that to come. And again, I'm Nikki Nichols, and thank you, Vern, for letting me be a part of your panel.
Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, somebody got YouTube turned on. Hold on. Or is it me? I don't think so. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. So welcome everybody. Again that came in. I see Roro in the city. I see Billa Rank. Hello. Welcome in. Short Bus Pull Up. Hello. How are you? I see my mod Pandy's in the building. Hey Pandy. Thank you for being here. Hi Apostle. How are you? I just want to go back to one comment I saw. He said, Roro says, I want to work for myself. I dislike working for people so much. You're in the same boat. Let me tell you. After you get a certain age, I believe you kind of don't want to work for anyone anymore. You want it to be your own. In order to work for yourself or even to work at home, it really takes discipline. You have to be organized. You have to be still as if you were getting up, going to a job. You may not have to dress up, but you still need to get up, take a shower, do your hair. Even if you're not on screen, put on a nice top. You can still be in your pajamas on the bottom, but up here, you do need to be in a professional atmosphere in case you have to cut the screen on. And if you're talking to someone on the phone, you still have to be upbeat. If your schedule starts at 8, you should be there a little bit early. So we're going to get into all that. And how I want to start is, let's start at work from home jobs. Do any of you guys have any work from home jobs that you know of that are hiring now? Because I do have a couple and I just want to give out here and there. And in between, guys, I have some icebreakers. And the icebreaker is just some little funny questions or jokes that we'll say in between just to break up the monotony. So I'll start with Coach Sherry. Do you know of any companies, maybe one or two, and then I'll let Nikki, and then I'll give you guys two jobs that are maybe now working from home and what they entail and what they offer?
Well, I don't know any companies offhand. I just have some suggestions for people that want to possibly work from home. And one thing that they could do is become a virtual assistant. And that is something that many small businesses are looking for, someone that can, do their administrative work, take care of their paperwork. If you are very organized, that's something that you can promote for yourself, market yourself as being. And places that you can market yourself to do that will be places such as Fiverr, and that's F like Frank, I, V like Victor, ERR, Fiverr. And you can put your whole profile up, and that will be a great place to start, that you can start getting clients. I highly recommend that you have a LinkedIn account that describes the things that you can do, that you can offer. And that's another place where you can also acquire clients.
I agree with everything Coach Sherry said. I do. Kelly Jobs.
You guys understand what I
got? Temporary. Kelly Jobs, they offer temporary jobs, 2 permanent jobs. There are call center jobs that they have listed available. Entry-level jobs for those of you who are just getting out of college and you're just trying to find a job. Right now, it's kind of hard with everything that's going on to get out and find something inside the building, but you might be able to find something from home just to get your foot in the door once you've gotten out of college. Also, there is a company called ttec.com. If you go there, they offer call center jobs, and they offer paid training. From the last guys, you need to check these regularly because the jobs go really quickly. So even though I have a job currently now working from home, I still go back and forth and check the site, because when I first left the job, I didn't necessarily get the job I wanted at the time. So I'm still currently looking around to see if there's something else I might want. So just go on these sites and check all the time. That would be my advice too. And I agree with Coach Sherry. A LinkedIn account is very good to have because it puts you out there. It tells who you are, and the companies can look for you.
Mm-hmm. And you should have an updated resume. Okay, I still hear some echoing in the back. If you have on YouTube, just turn the YouTube portion down. You have a resume up to date, meaning what you're currently doing. If your resume is 15 years old, you need to update that. If you've been on that job 15 years, you need to tell what you're doing now. Also, a lot of them want you to do computer interviews. So you'll be interviewing over the computer. So you need to make sure you have a computer in the format that they want. They might want you to have Windows. They might not want you to use Mac and things of that nature. They also, some want you to have a landline phone. Yes, guys, some of these companies still want you to have a landline phone. Some want you to use headsets. So if you have a headset, they want you to have the mic in it. Some of them may also interview you and want to see what your room looks like, because they want to make sure your children are not coming in to interrupting you or the dog is barking. So you have to have a quiet space. Some of them provide it for you and some don't. So each company is different. And also, guys, you have to check per state. Okay, some states, they may say all of these states are doing it and some states are not. So you really have to look more into it, especially the website. Like she said, go on the website. So I'm just going to touch a little bit on what Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols says, because it's the exact same thing that I was saying. So Kelly Services Careers, they have a lot of work from home. Again, check the requirements, check the state. They have call center jobs, IT jobs, business support, and HR representatives. And they also have something called medical services. So if you guys are in the medical field and maybe no billing, that may be something you want to look into. They have customer service, and it's full and part-time. They also have per diem. So per diem is either they call you when they need you, or they'll say, oh, you're only going to work 2 days a week. You're going to work on Monday and Thursday, and they give you a schedule. A lot of them want you to work between 4 and 6 hours a day. So make sure you have the time. Some of them pay for your training. Now, the thing I will say about work from home jobs with training, sometimes, okay, let me just turn my fan down. Sometimes they want you to train for like maybe a month, or maybe they want you to train for 3 weeks, but you can't miss any time. So if you don't have the time cut out to do it, and they may also want you to train in the morning, say from 8 to 5, but the job is really from 11 to 7. So you have to make sure you're checking everything. The thing with TTEC, they have customer service, a thing called a contact tracer, and tech support. Here is USA and Canada. Okay, they do offer paid training. You have to have internet access, of course, a computer, a phone, a headset, a landline phone, this one, and again, the 4 to 6 hours per shift, and they pay for your training. Another company is called Appen, APPEN. They offer flexible part-time jobs. Again, guys, go on these websites because these websites update all the time. They have Amazon, and if you guys don't know, Amazon is becoming really big now, especially with a lot of people working from home. They have a lot of customer service. With customer service, you do need to have a pleasant attitude. You need to be public friendly. So if you are not willing to talk to people on the phone, maybe customer service is not for you, because you do have to be upbeat and bubbly, because these people want their packages or whatever they're asking for. Another one is called Live Ops, OPS. They offer call center jobs, roadside assistance. I would love to do that. Travel and hospitality, healthcare, and some of them offer federal government jobs. So if this seems like something you're interested in, guys, again, please go to their website. Another company is called Concentrix. Actually, they were brought out by another company, and you'll probably see their names, and you'll see them under 2 names. But they offer healthcare, insurance, technology, and transportation. And then the last one I have is Lionbridge. They are $10 to $16 an hour, depending on, 13 to 32 hours, depending on the job that you want. They have interpreters, translators, raters, and testers. Okay, so that's just some of them. But if you guys want to touch more on work from home jobs, I'll let you guys do that. And then we'll go into working for yourself, because this is where you want to be in the know of your working from home. So I'll let them touch some more on work from home jobs. And again, I'm going to go back to the chat. And
wait, you were muted. Vern? I can't hear you. Okay, I couldn't hear you. Okay.
I put myself on mute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I wanted to touch on something that Vern said about the mindset that you have to have, because I am currently doing a call center job, and she is so right. If you don't have your mind wrapped around getting up that morning to talk to these people, it does not come off well on the phones. And something that you need to keep in mind, they do what's called QA, quality assurance, on the phone calls. So they listen to these phone calls, and they come back and they give you basically tips or pointers about how you sounded on the phone, if you touched base on different things that they wanted you to touch base on for their company. A lot of these companies, they'll give you a script. So when you're reading the job description, dig deep into the description, because it will tell you what they want from you. So like she said, if you're not a person who really wants to talk on the phones, and believe me, I'm just going to be honest. When I first started, I did not want to talk all the time. My job I have to be up and on the phones by 7 a.m. So I'm up really early. And when I first get up, sometimes it's like, oh my goodness. So something that I've done, I get up in the mornings. I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm going to do this, So I kind of have to pump myself up every day so that I'm in the right mindset to do the job, to get through the week. And she touched on the headset. So I was going to show, I kind of have a headset here. I picked mine up off of Amazon. I think it cost me roughly, maybe $25, because I got the actual phone. I don't know if you can see the phone with it too. So I'm not going to say it's cheap, but if you're looking to start working from home, you have to buy the equipment. So just keep that in mind if you don't already have it. And that's something that I had to, put money into when I decided I was going to work from home. At the time, I have a laptop, but I purchased a desktop as well. And like she said, some companies will give you the equipment. I've seen online where a lot of companies now are offering the laptop and the phone. I didn't have that pleasure, so I had to purchase a computer. But I looked at that as I was putting money, investing in myself. So that's what I would say. Just be ready to invest in yourself. If it's something that you are, really wanting to do, you got to invest in yourself. So
before Coach Sherry talks, guys, I just want to say thank you guys again all for being here. That's in the stream. If I don't see you and say hello to you personally, please look on the screen. I'm clicking your name. That's my way of saying hello, because we're talking and I don't want to cut them off. But again, there is a site where you can purchase used equipment, like headphones, phone bases, anything that they're asking you to get. If I remember what it is, I'll put it in the chat, or either I'll go back and put it in the live stream after the live. But yes, you have to have that mindset when you're working from home, as if you're still going to a job, a real job. You're still getting paid real money. So you're just working for a company, but you have the leisure of working at home and not having to drive anywhere. But some of them are fast paced where you can't put people on hold, or some of them say, like she said, quality assurance, where they want you to touch base on every point. Like if the color of the TV is red, if the color of the computer has extra megabytes, they want you to touch on things, and they will tell you what they expect of you. So you just have to be, again, in that mindset of, okay, I'm working from home. It's not for you to play at home and to do all your laundry and sit. You have to still work. You really do, guys. And people think, oh, you're working from home, you're not working. Yeah, I work from home a lot. And even before this started, and believe me, guys, it's a job. It's still a job. So I'm going to let Coach Sherry talk.
And so what I was going to also say is get familiar with the different platforms such as Zoom, WebEx, Team, any of those types where you might have to do group presentations. Because in addition to companies that are hiring, you can also make your own lane. There's just about everyone is being homeschooled in some form or fashion. So if you are great at a subject, you could become a tutor, and you can tutor multiple students. You could, help a family out that doesn't know how to do the ESL that's out there now, the different types of math. So you can promote yourself, but if you learn those different platforms, then you can set it up almost like a classroom where you're doing it via Zoom or WebEx. Another thing, I know that we have all these delivery services out that will pick up your groceries and things of that nature. But if you go to exclusive neighborhoods, they would prefer to have one person do that for them. And they don't particularly like to have all these different types of people picking up their groceries, having privy to their groceries. So you could be a personalized shopper. You can get a flyer, put it in, go to exclusive neighborhoods, have an LLC, be licensed, have your credentials, and let them know that you'll do their personal grocery shopping for them. Trust me, you have a huge client base, because when you go through a service, just a regular agency, you don't always know the different people, the delivery people that are going to pick up your items. And if they know that it's you and they trust you, you will have a client, and they would refer their friends, and you can just build a business that way. Especially if you don't mind going out, because there's so many people that don't want to go to the grocery store, that
and the elderly
really don't feel comfortable. They don't want to. They can't get out. Absolutely. And so instead of just saying, well, that service is already created, no, you can create your own and have it even more personalized. There's so much opportunity. I'd love to see the different things that are available, because you could just take a spin off of that and make it your own. And so those are two things that I just wanted to share as well.
Yep. I wanted to touch base just on a little bit on what Coach Sherry said about the tutor. If you have a multiple knowledge of different languages, say you speak English and French and Spanish, there is a tutor. Is it kid VIP kid? Is that
yes,
VIP kid? Let me tell you something. Yeah. They pay. Okay. Yeah. If you didn't, they pay. And if you are able to speak English, you don't even have to be a teacher. If you know how to speak English well, you can also be a teacher. Now, the only thing I will say about it is sometimes they are tutoring children in China or other countries. Right? China's a country, right? I'm sorry. Brain freeze. Sorry, guys. Okay, countries. So if you are training them, the only thing I will say about that is the time difference. So you might be up at night and they're on day, or vice versa. But let me tell you something. You pick either you pick your school, or you pick your time, but you get a lot to do on your own. And then you train kids. It's like a classroom, maybe 6 or 7 kids, and you're teaching them ESL, which is English as a second language. I just don't have the patience for it. But if you have the patience and you're good at tutoring, you better check out VIP Kids. And this is not sponsored by them, but I will tell you they are really, really good. Yeah. So
I know people that do that, and they actually, I know someone, she changed her double closet, like her guest room closet, into her classroom. She put her desk in there. She has the walls in that closet set up. And when she's not teaching, she closes those doors. And because it is another country, and like you were saying, Vern, it's a different time zone, it actually works out better because she's a night person. So she's able to work at night, and that's great for students that are coming out of college, who are in college, even to do that. Grown-ups, I mean, anyone, any age. But another thing I was going to say is parents that are home with their kids right now are looking for that homeschool kind of situation, that homeschool, but it is school, but can someone else do it for me? And there are literally neighborhoods who, have their typical play groups. Their kids are all the same age, and they're looking for that one person that could just teach all their kids at one time. Can you be that person that just be here with them, answer any questions that they may have on the computer, because the parents are working from home, but they just don't have time to multitask in that way. So that definitely could be something, because, you can do a social distance type of class if you live in a community and have maybe 5 students and charge per day.
That's right. Or charge, and each student gets, I'm telling you guys, now is the time to go for it. If you are a member of mine, put in "go for it" in the chat. I have a little the little logos. Throw that in there. Yes, go for it now. Now is the time. I want to thank all my moderators that are here. If my moderators, please, could drop the link of Nikki Nichols and Coach Sherry in the stream. Again, guys, I do have it in the description of this video. If you're connected, please do. I thank them so much for being here, and we're giving this information for you, to you. So make sure you have your pens, your papers, and get all this information that you can. You don't know. You might come back to us and say, hey, you told us about a work from home job, and now we're doing it. I quit my main job, and now I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Guys, again, if you have the knowledge of being a motivational speaker, if you have the knowledge of making jewelry or whatever, you can turn that into business. And I want Coach Sherry to talk on that a little bit, because she used to do jewelry, and she said it was so big that she had to basically, start. I'll let her tell it. But guys, thank you again for being here. To everybody in the chat, mods, please drop the links of Nikki Nichols, Coach Sherry, and anyone that's a member, please drop their links also. So guys, thank you for being here. We are talking today about work from home jobs, plus we're going to give you some information and tips on starting your own business, because that's ultimately the goal for most of us. I know it's for me. I would like to eventually quit my full-time job and have my own business. And why not now? Now is the best time. You're not promised tomorrow. Go for it now. So I'm going to let Sherry talk on that if you don't mind. And then I'm going to let Nikki Nichols talk a little bit more about, and she did do a video, guys, and you can go check it out, about why she started to work from home, or what was her reasoning in working from home, and how she's liking it. So I'm going to let Coach Sherry start. And then from that, Nikki's going to go into it. If you see your name on the screen, I'm just saying hello to you, welcoming you in.
Okay. So my husband and I grew up in a brick and mortar business. So I love business. I thrive in business. And my husband and I just completed a real estate development. It was 104 homes that we developed, sold, and it was a huge undertaking. We were young, we had young children, and I was the director of marketing and sales and the CFO as well. So I was crunching numbers all the time. It was a lot going on. And that experience took a lot out of me. And so when it was complete, I remember going into my closet and praying to God for something to give me peace, something that was just so easy breezy that I could just do. And it's just something to do with spare time. And God gave me the idea to make necklaces, beaded necklaces. I don't prefer a lot of jewelry, but I just started going and doing some research. I went to the bookstore trying to figure out how to make necklaces, started making necklaces, just started making it when my kids were down, just late at night, had necklaces all over my house. And a good friend came over from New York. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she had seen some of my necklaces and was like, wow, these are beautiful. How much are they? And I said, they're not for sale. They're just something I do. Take whatever you want. And she said, these will make a killing, at my job. Everyone would love these. And I said, really? She said, yeah. So she invited me to be a vendor at her job. She worked for Time Inc., which owned Essence and those types of magazines. And Essence was actually having a vendor fair for some of their employees that had businesses and people in the area, within the city, New York City, that had businesses that knew people that worked for them. And so I flew to New York and set up my shop basically in Essence offices. And before I did that, though, I did get my business licensed, and I did do a sample show. It went over very well. I went to New York, set my little store up in Essence's offices. At the time, Susan Taylor was the editor. She purchased the necklace and was like all over it. Everyone loved everything I had. And so from there, I was like, oh my goodness. I came back to Charlotte. A friend of mine said that her job needed corporate gifts for the employees for the holidays. They brought 300 necklaces from me. Then I had friends that said, well, I want some of these pieces to sell. Then next thing I know, I had sales consultants all in New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Atlanta, California, Texas, Louisiana. I had women that were just wanting to sell this jewelry. It became so overwhelming for me, though, because it was supposed to be just a hobby, just something easy breezy, something that I was just going to do for fun. I started doing trunk shows, designing jewelry for trunk shows. I started to design jewelry for bridal parties. And I think it's the bridal parties that put me over the edge, because we all know how some brides can be. And that's when I really felt this is a lot. This is really a lot. So because it wasn't something that I expected it to be, and it turned into this huge thing, I was able to sell it to one of my sales consultants who lives in Georgia. But that's one thing I will have to tell you that I learned from that experience is no matter what you do, it can be a business. Always go into the mindset that it will be a business and that it will be huge. so that you can always prepare yourself. Because if you don't, you'll get overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed with that. You know, I was going all the time. I was doing shows all over the place. I mean, even down to the Steve Harvey show, I did things, cufflinks for him. Like, it was a lot of stuff, and it was well beyond my imagination for something that was just supposed to be fun and relaxing, take my mind off of things. But it was a blessing. You know, I hired many high school students to help me design. I ended up having to go to the jewelry district in New York to get some of my things designed. I had a flight attendant who would fly to Hong Kong, get pearls for me. I called her a pearl girl because one of my signatures was pearls. And so she would get them straight from Hong Kong. And, you know, that's what people knew me for a lot. And it was a lot, but it taught me a lot of things. I mean, that along with the real estate development piece, and also having grown up in a brick and mortar and having real estate property still, you know, what's it called? Laundry mats, you know, building up in the beginning, from nothing. I would definitely recommend that you get an existing laundromat if that's what you wanted to go into, because we had to upfit it, and it's a lot going into that, but it's still a blessing as well. But there's just so many different things that you can do, but just always be prepared that whatever you are going to do is going to be amazing, dynamic, and just grow with it. You know, get your mind right. Definitely get your mind right. It's not just a hobby. It is a business.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. So just keep your mind right.
Before I let Nikki Nichols talk, I want to say welcome into Budget Bill. He is a larger YouTuber than we are, guys. And I've been following him, and I really enjoy his channel. I actually won a gift card, which I'm going to be doing a video on that shortly with the other things. But thank you so much. If you guys are not connected to Budget Bill, please connect with him. And one of my mods, please drop his link in the chat. He is awesome, guys. Make sure you are going over there and checking him out. And I'm so happy that you're here, Budget Bill. Thank you. We got London Love Jones in the building. Hello, how are you? Welcome in Panama City. I see you there.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
LT Talk. Hello, welcome. You're new to me, but thank you for being here. I see BU Beautiful One in the building. Hello, Denise McKay. I'm sorry, Denise says what's on her mind. McKay is in the building. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Coach Sherry. Oh, you're welcome, Budget Bill. Susan Taylor is my husband's crush.
Ah.
He likes her. He likes her.
Yeah. She's dynamic.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's a good one to have a crush on.
She is beautiful. Yeah, she's good. I mean, he's like he likes her a lot.
Okay.
Whatever. McCray Kings is in the building. What's up, McCray? Thank you again, guys. We're talking about working from home jobs. I'm gonna let Nikki Nichols tell her experience, and then after that we're gonna take like a little break, like 30 seconds. I'm gonna put a little commercial up, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about jobs that you can do from working at home. I'm gonna give you some little things that may tweak your interest. So right now, I'm gonna let Nikki Nichols tell us her experience about working from home, why she decided to work from home, and how she's liking it.
Thank you. So again, in the beginning, I stated I was an office manager for a retirement community, and it was very busy, very busy. They were trying to move the retirement community into 2020. A lot of things were on paper, and so I had to help move everything into digital platforms. That wasn't easy. That was not easy because the elderly don't necessarily want to move to the digital age. So at the time, I had also in 2013 been diagnosed with, I was immunocompromised. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And I say diagnosed because I don't claim that. It is a diagnosis that they gave me, but God can do all things. And you know, you don't know what your body's going to do. You can just eat healthy, do right. And this right here is a strong tool. So
in the back.
So you got to stay strong in your mind. Your mental, has to be strong. So when this pandemic came about, my doctor, he wasn't so sure that I needed to stay in the field that I was in, because I was coming in contact with a lot of people who, had different backgrounds, different diagnoses, and it just wasn't good for me to stay in my field at the time. I had also started losing weight. I was kind of worried about getting sick myself. And I just had to do some soul searching and some deep thinking as to whether I wanted to continue to go forward doing that. And in the past, myself and my husband, we had, before I had a daycare, at-home daycare, but I thought, well, I don't want to do that because I'm going to have a bunch of children and they're susceptible to getting sick. So I can't bring them in the home. And we had a cleaning business that we started, but we had let that go. So, and we were both thinking, what can we do next? What can we do, to move forward? And like Vern said, right now is the time to be thinking about what you want to do. You're at home. You can't go anywhere, So, I mean, I just said, you know what? If I don't do it now, I will not do it. So I talked to my husband. I talked to my doctor. I went home. I wrote the resignation letter. I prayed over it before I ever sent it to my administrator. And then I also, just out of courtesy, because he was such a great boss, I called him first. And I said to him, you know what I struggle with, and you know where I'm coming from. So I want you to know before I hand in the resignation, because the corporation I work for, we work for a sister company who's a bigger healthcare center. I had to send the resignation into them. But I just wanted him to know that he had taught me a lot in the job that I had done. I came from being a CNA, a certified nurse assistant, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the time, I didn't have the education to necessarily do the job that I was in, which was an office manager. And I had slowly moved my way up. I had worked at the front desk, became the office manager, and he taught me so much. And I always say, me and my husband talk about this a lot. Sometimes you don't know the stepping stones that you're in and the steps you're taking and what you're learning. You don't know where that's going to lead you later. And for me, everything that I learned has got me to be where I am right now. So I'm thinking about, starting more businesses. Like Sherry was saying, we're looking into some other things that we might be able to do. And what's so funny about this whole thing, at one point I told my husband, I think I want to be like a public speaker. I would love to help other people, and when Vern reached out to me, I thought, wow, okay, you got to be careful what you say.
Absolutely.
The Lord hears you. And if you put it out there in the universe, you got to be ready.
You have to be ready.
Say that again.
Yes,
Say that again.
You have got to be ready. If you put that out there in the universe, you got to be ready. So that's kind of what led me to go ahead to step out on faith and just say, I can do this. I can do this from home. And then also, my children are going to school from home. They're not back at the school system. So I'm able to kind of watch over them, make sure they're doing what they need to do. You do have to be disciplined, though, because you can think like Vern was saying at the beginning, oh, I'm going to wash my dishes. I'm going to go downstairs and wash some clothes. Okay. So it's structured. You have to have some structure. So you get up, you sign on your phones. And I know with the job that I do, we have breaks, intermittent breaks throughout the day and a 30-minute lunch. So there are some times when I am able to kind of do something here or there. But I would advise, if you get a break, take the break.
Please take your break.
Yeah. For your mental sanity, you need that. Just clear your mind. If anything, walk outside, take a breath, just to kind of clear your mind. Because sometimes with me doing call center work, you can get a little frustrated. The clients are calling in, but you have to remember there's a lot going on, and just like you are listening to them and they're fussing at you, they're going through a rough time. So I also feel like it's my job to put a smile on their face through the phone, you know? So that's kind of been my experience with that. I think too, God has allowed me, because I get some people on the phone who have said to me, hey, do you believe in God? And I have to kind of pause for a minute, and I'm like, okay, should I answer that? Because I'm at work. But I find a way to fit it in. I kind of sneak it in because it helps them. And by the time I've gotten off the phone, they have helped me and I have helped them. And it makes me feel good that I touched someone else throughout my day. So I feel like this platform plus what I'm doing is getting ready to take me to do greater things. And I'm ready. I'm ready to step out on faith and do what I need to do. Not just for me, but I feel like it shows your children, you know what? Look what my mom did when everything was down, everything was going haywire. She still found a way to strive and move forward. So if you're not doing that for your kids, you know, who's going to do it? We got to have role models. And I see three beautiful Black women on YouTube pushing forward to motivate other people. And I just think it's beautiful. So again, I thank Vern for putting this together, because we all have to start somewhere. So this was the start for me, and I'm just glad she enabled me to be able to do this.
Oh, you're so welcome. Again, guys, if you're not connected to Coach Jerry and Nikki Nichols, their links are in the chat and they're also in the description of this video. Please make sure you're connecting with them. I see some people that came in. Hello, guys. I'm sorry I didn't want to interrupt my guest, but I put your name up on the screen. I see You Can Talk Your Way. Another amazing channel. As told, we have some great channels in here, guys. We got 26 in the chat. Yes, God will make room for your gifts. Yes, and again, He will give you what you ask for, but you better be ready and prepared. Oh, thank you, Miss T with the T. I wanted to touch on that, what she said. When I customer service, I did it for years, and it was always let them hear your smile through the phone.
Yeah.
Because your talking tone is everything. Tone, like just now I said, tone is everything. I can say tone is everything. And then you might just, wait a minute, wait. Or I can say tone is everything. It's all you say, it's your delivery. It's your delivery. And if that person said, do you believe in God? They might have needed you just to say yes for that. Maybe someone around them don't. Maybe people are atheists around them, and you saying yes, maybe they felt, wow, I could just say God is good to you and you'll understand. Mm-hmm. So another thing is speak to everyone. I don't care if it's the janitor. I don't care if it's the maid. I don't care if it's the kitchen staff. I don't care if it's the CEO. Because guess what? Everybody is watching you. And you don't know that one person could be watching you. Somebody could be watching this and be like, oh, wow, Nikki Nichols, I want to make her a spokesperson for my company. Or they could say, Coach Sherry, oh my gosh, she's a coach. Maybe not knowing she's a coach, but like maybe she can cheer us on. You never know. It takes a little. Whatever you're trying to go for and achieve, guys, my saying is God can take you from waiting on that thing to walking in that thing just that fast. It can happen. You don't know who is watching you guys. It could be children, like she said. It could be other adults. It could be somebody that might see us talking about this now, a larger YouTuber. Like I said, Budget Bill is larger than us. He may tell somebody, oh, wow, they were talking about work at home jobs. They might contact us and say, hey, could you do? You never know. It happens fast. It can happen that fast. And I want you guys to believe in yourself. Create your best life for you. And we're going to take I have a 30-second clip up here. I'm going to just let that play. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about working at home for yourself, because this is where we want the income to come in for us. And I want you guys to remember, don't reject yourself before others can. If you want to start that business, do it. Don't say, oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Just like YouTube. I started this over 5-6 years ago, and I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm just going to be a watcher, just a supporter. And then last year, 19, I was like, I can do that. Wait a minute. Hold on. And then it's a lot of work. and people think it's easy, and it's not. But when you get the hang of it, you get better as you go. Like Coach Sherry said, she couldn't believe once she passed 500 subscribers, now it's going and going and going. So guys, we can all do that. Yes, Big Mac Sam, I hear you. Great advice. I speak to everyone. You never know. Yes. True tone and delivery is key. Great advice. It is. Tone. Yes, it is. It is. Tone is everything. I'm just, yes, especially on the phone. Have you ever talked to your boss? Okay, if you guys are working from home and you're really sleeping and he's calling, he can hear you asleep because you got that crackling in your voice. But yeah, can you ladies tell people how to go about getting your business license and why it's important to have? Yes, that will be next. That will be next. I love the motivation. Let me just see if I missed anyone. Blind Needle, hi, welcome in. Budget Bill says true facts, guys. Yes, please connect with him. He is an awesome channel. He talks about so much over there, guys. You have to go and check him out. My tone and delivery in the class puts a smile on their face. Yes, Big Mac Sam says he's tutored children. So, guys, this is the time to go for it. We have never, well, I have never, and I'm a woman of a particular age. Let's just say that. I've never seen this kind of arena that we're in now with the world. And hopefully we'll never see it again. But why wait for it to happen again when you can do it now? You can do it now, whatever it is. Stay true to you and be genuine. Yes. Hey, Jason, loves and hugs to you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to put on my 30-second commercial. Let me see which one I want to put on. And then I will be right back. I'm going to do the 30-second one that they give us. Hold on. Okay, guys, thank you. Welcome back. I see the chat here. Shalea Thompson is in the building. RV Weekends. Hello, everyone. You are here today with myself. We have Coach Sherry. I'm gonna move here in one moment. It's nice to see you back to the live. Woman and Woman Homestead. Leah Smith, welcome in. Sherry and Nikki Nichols on the panel. So. We're going to talk about working from home jobs for yourself. But before that, I'm going to do an icebreaker just to break up the monotony here and just give you guys a little funny joke or either I'm going to tell a joke or I'm going to give a joke. I think I'm going to tell a joke. Hold on. Okay. What did the Tin Man say when he got run over by a steamroller? What did the Tin Man say when he got run over by a steamroller? You guys know? No? Coach Sherry, think it.
I'm flat now?
No. Yes, be nice. Yes, thank you. He said, curses, foil again. You guys know I'm telling you funny jokes. It's just to break up the time. Okay, guys. So we went over and we gave some things on working from home jobs and what you need to do, and go to their websites again. Read everything that they have on those websites because some are state specific. Some want you to purchase the equipment. Some will give you the equipment. Make sure you're checking out the times of the trainings, the times that they want you to actually do the work, the days. And I will tell you this, if you do a work from home job and it's overnight, I'm just going to say HSN, and you're working 11 at night to 7 a.m., you actually make a little bit more. So that might be something for you guys. If you're a night owl, you know, you can work at night and then sleep in the day or vice versa. It depends on what works. So guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to ask questions on work from home jobs only, because now we're going to go into some ideas of working for yourself, which is going to be amazing. I have some great little things that can work for you. And Tutor was one of them. Tutor was on the list. Thank you, Louis. I appreciate you. I love the advice from each one of you ladies. Yes, they are awesome. So working from home for yourself, again, it is a mindset. You do have to be prepared. You should have, if you can't afford it on your own, start a business credit line. Because when you do that, you can use that to purchase the items that you need for your own business. So let's just say you were doing jewelry. The little beads and stuff cost money. All that's not free. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for the string, and then you have your time. So you may not make a profit, like I'm just saying, for the first 6 months for yourself, but it's money you can roll back into your company for yourself. So these are some profitable. I'm going to give you 3 or 4, and then I'm going to let Coach Harry and Nikki Nichols tell us some ideas that they have if you are interested in starting your own business. So mine is a wine connoisseur. I've actually been seeing that a whole lot, and I'm actually thinking of it. I haven't started it yet, but I'm thinking of it. You can do homemade products, again, like your jewelry. You can do T-shirts, guys. It's print on demand, where you can get like a Cricut cutter and you can make your own T-shirts at home. You know, I have a T-shirt company that I use, but you can, start one on your own. E-commerce businesses are huge. Oh, somebody has YouTube on in the back. Just turn down the YouTube if you have a second tab open with YouTube. Like I hear echo. No, okay. You can buy products in bulk. Buy them in bulk, and you can turn around and sell them. That's a good way. A social media manager. This one is really, really good if you are really active on social media and you're a novice and you know how to do it. You know the ins and outs. Being a social media manager is good. Right now, they are paying big. So I'm going to let Coach Sherry give us 3 or 4, and then I'm going to let Nikki Nichols give us 3 or 4, and then we're going to go back into it.
Okay. So there's a lot of people now who, and I first of all, if I look here, am I looking at everyone, or if I look up here?
Up. I say you up.
Okay. So a lot of people are writing books, but a lot of people that are writing books, they don't consider themselves good writers. They just have a great story or great information to share. So if you are a great writer, you can be an editor. And you can get people, that write, and then they give you their transcripts or manuscripts, and you would read it and edit it for them. And that would be a huge, huge help to someone. You can charge by the page, by the project, however you want to do it. But that would be something, because I've seen so many people now that are writing books that, if they had that second look, that would really help them out. Another would be a dog walker. I know there's someone in my neighborhood, he walks about 300 to 500 dogs a day. And so, that's definitely something that can be.
Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah.
Yes. Resume writing, that's something that I do. I know Vern does it as well. And you would not believe how many people need to have someone to write their resume. I've written resumes for people all over the country, and I dare say the world, because I have had people in other countries as well as clients. But if you know what the standards are for resumes, if you know what is relevant to have on a resume, if you know all the things that help with the algorithms, definitely you would be a great person to maybe be a resume writer as well. Also, I had also talked about the shopper, being that shopper for groceries or for personal items, for, you can pick a community and just do it for just that community. If you don't want to grow it too big, but if you know that these will be standard customers, standard clients that you'll have, that would be something great as well. I have a whole bunch of others, but it'll come out as we continue with our conversation.
So I wanted to mention, she was talking about writing the books. You can also read, for like Audible. They are looking for people to read their books so that you can go on and be able to purchase the book, like download it from Amazon and actually listen to the books. I actually did go on there to just kind of see what that was about. Sometimes they will give you like a test read. So you'll read a sentence and you send that off, and the authors will send information back to you, whether they liked your voice, whether they liked your tone. So that's something else that you could do to make money. You can start a cleaning business. So especially right now with, all these businesses they have to stop, and in between each customer, they have to clean up, they have to clean, buggy, they have to clean floors, they have to clean racks. So I would say that's something else you could look into starting. You could be a tutor. So alongside with being the teacher, a lot of students are needing tutoring because they are at home and they need help with some of the work that they're doing. The teachers are bogged down with trying to help. You know what? The thing too, the teachers, some of them are just now really learning how to get online and teach from online. Depending on where you live, we live in a small country town, so some of our teachers, they're not familiar with a lot of these Zoom apps or Google Classroom. So it's good if you are good at a specific topic, English, math, you might be able to tutor some students for a nominal fee. I would say, do that as well. Also, a lot of companies are looking for people like Coach Sherry to come in and motivate their workers, because people are scared right now. They don't know if they are coming or going. So they need somebody to come in and just pick them up, lift them up, and let them know, you know what, it's going to be okay. And you can get through this. So, those were some of my topics, some of the things that I came up with that, for start your own business that you can do and be an entrepreneur. And I think those are some great ideas right now.
I like that one about the speaker. That's awesome. So another one that I had, guys, was, and you guys might not think this is a business, but believe me, I see people make money. You can sell your clothes or your items that you don't use anymore online. I know with the COVID and all that, but think about it. If you steam clean it and wrap it and send it and package it, I've seen people sell pocketbooks, a lot of things online, and that is a way. It's a business, okay? It's basically like an online thrifter or eBay or Etsy. It's a business, okay? Another one, as Coach Terry was saying earlier, virtual assistant. I was telling her earlier, I'm getting so busy, which I'm loving it. But I actually may have to need to look into fancy hands and get me an assistant, because for me, my channel is getting big. And you guys know I have a second channel, VMAX Show. If you're not connected to that, please do. And it's getting to be not overwhelming, but it's getting to be so much. I'm like, oh, wow, like I wasn't expecting this. Yeah. And it's thriving, and I like that. A makeup consultant, you can do that right on like this. They can have their makeup, and you are telling them, put your eyeliner here, put your eyelash on there, whatever. Makeup consultant, women, men, everyone is doing it. Children, teenagers, I've seen everyone doing it. I've seen a little girl, she had to be about 5, and she was doing makeup, showing the other little kids how to do makeup, which I know you shouldn't be doing makeup, but I guess she was trying to show them, but she was doing it. A research and fact checker. So basically, almost similar to what Nikki was saying, you get a book and reread it, but they have like doctors, like manuscripts, transcriptionists, things of that nature, where you have to read the doctor's notes or listen to it through sets. They'll have a recording and they'll have you transcribe it into writing. So that's a good one. Medical billing and coding. A lot of those are hiring now, especially with what's going on. Mm-hmm. So if you're a tutor or medical biller, start your own business. What are you waiting for? Start it up. You can start with one client, that can turn into 10, that can turn into 50. And from there, you're just going. Now you're going to have to hire people. So these things, guys. A photographer. A lot of people want pictures. I know for me, I don't know if I'm ready to travel yet. I'm not going to lie. I'm not ready. But I like seeing pictures of faraway places that are like really beautiful. I would pay for that. As you guys see, I have art and stuff that I buy from other content creators. And my last one I have is gift basket. Mm-hmm. People that are elderly in the nursing homes that, you can't go in to see them. They can't get out. You can send them a gift basket. You can send gift basket for parties. A lot of people are doing virtual party planning, or they're having the people come down the street and wish the people happy birthday and giving them the gifts out the cars. Guys, we have to think, I'm not going to say huge, big, but you need to think bigger than just that little, think more than just tomorrow. Okay, think out into a month. What that month can turn into 6 months. That 6 months can turn into a year. That year can turn into 5 years. Have you ever been at a job and you're like, I cannot believe I've been at this job 12 years already? That's how fast things can happen.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to be purposefully. Somebody said it perfect in the chat earlier. I can't remember the exact wording, but do it. Just go for it. Purposely. I think it was You Can Talk. She said she has to have her diagram ready for when she's getting up ready to start her day, because if she doesn't, the time gets away from her. And it does. And again, if you're working from home, have that mindset, have a schedule. You can jot it out on paper. You can use a whiteboard. You can do a planner. Okay, 10 o'clock, I have to make my calls. 11 o'clock, I have to respond to what is it, the comments. What is it?
Comments. The comments on your YouTube channel?
No, when you're working. Girl, I can't. I'm drawing a blank. What's it called? Yeah, the messages. Email. Thank you. Why I couldn't think of that. See? You can respond to the messages. Then maybe 12 o'clock, you take your lunch. Maybe you got a 1 o'clock meeting with your boss. Maybe at 2 o'clock, you need to, go back and respond to somebody that responds. You gotta be prepared. Mm-hmm. And I tell people, when you're getting ready to go to a job, make sure your resume looks good. Use spell check. Some words, as we get older, are hard to spell. I know, it's the easiest words and you forget how to spell them. Use spell check. I had to use entrepreneur in the title like 4 times. I'm like, I hope this is spelled right. It just doesn't look right to me. But yeah, use spell check. Sometimes you might have to do things for free. I'm just saying. Sometimes you might have to give your services for free to 1 or 2 people, and then word of mouth, you did it good. They told somebody, now you can charge.
Yeah.
And
if you have a business and you are doing pro bono work like that, if you're doing it for free, make sure you give them a receipt and you put that it was a free service, because you use that for your taxes. Mm-hmm. Because that goes on your tax credit right there. Because whatever that service would have cost, you need to write a receipt for that, but that they didn't have to pay, but that you donated that particular service to that person or business.
Yep. Just a quick thing for the comments. Mommy's Job said also check Facebook for the virtual assistant groups. Yes. And another thing, if you are interested in writing a book, like I'm getting ready to write one, or if you want to get more information, go on Facebook, join those groups. Some of the groups, and they still give out great information before you get into it deeper, because it's not just, I just wrote a book here, publish it. No, you have to have an editor. You have to have a bookbinder. You have to have, people to proofread. All of those you have to pay. All of that is not one fee.
Right.
It what it is. You have to get the book company. Then it's a lot. But what are you waiting for? Go for it. Just do it. Elderly sitters are also very much needed. Yes. Yeah. Elderly sitters. Like I said, you might have to do it free. Maybe say, the first week I'll go and purchase all the groceries you need for the first week. After that, it's going to be a fee of $20. Just say, they can tell their friends. Old people hang around each other. They can tell their friends, and then they can tell their friends, and they tell their kids.
That's how it happens.
It can happen that fast. It can snowball. But you ladies can talk. I'm just going to finish seeing who I see in the chat. Emails also. Yes, emails.
Mm-hmm. I want to touch on something that Nikki had said regarding your children. Mm-hmm. It's going to be really important, whatever you do, to expose your children while you're doing it. My husband and I, when we started to purchase real estate, we took our kids with us to our closings for our investment properties. Our youngest daughter was a week old. Our middle daughter was 20 months and our son was 3 years old. The attorney said, this is the youngest children I've ever seen. But because of that exposure and of them being around us doing all kinds of business transactions, my kids have always been business mindset. My son at the age of 7 came to me and said, Mom, I want to make my own money. And he started a business at the age of 7. It was called Second Round Sports. And he would have a crate on the side of our house at the door. And his friends' parents would come and bring cleats, baseball bats, gloves, things that their kids outgrew or didn't like anymore. My son and my daughters would go in the back and clean them up and resell them. And the things weren't beat up. They were just either too small, the kids outgrew them or whatever. And he was making a nice little profit at the age of 7. And, when he got to high school, he started selling sticks of gum. He would make $20 a week just selling sticks of gum every day. Mm-hmm. My daughter, because of real estate, she loves real estate. She's a junior in college. She just passed the real estate board for the national and for the state to be a realtor. She wants to be a broker. My youngest, just like Vern was saying about clothing, she sells clothes on eBay. She makes about $200 a week just selling clothes that her and her sister don't want anymore. So you don't know how it's going to trickle in to your children. And they may try to run from it because, my parents, they owned 2 brick and mortar businesses when I was growing up. I used to wish they worked for IBM or something so we could just have like a regular life, I called it. But it turned out that was the best thing. There was never a ceiling of how much they could earn. We were able to do so many things because of their business. And it stuck in me. I love business, and I know I attribute it to that, to being exposed to it at such a young age. So don't hide it from your children. Have those discussions around your children. Let them see how you balance things. Let them see how you move in the business, because you just don't know what will stick. Because we all need multiple streams of income. Yes, you want your children to be successful in whatever they do, but having a business is always a great option. It's a great addition to whatever it is that they're doing. So I just want to add that.
Yeah. I'm going to let Nikki Nichols talk on this, but I just want to say they have a company where you call elderly and you confirm with them, did you take your medicine today? Or today is 8:00. You have to take. I want to do that myself. And another one is just talking to them. They have a company where you just call and talk to the elderly just to keep them company. How's your day? How's your cat? What are you doing today? Sometimes they just want to listen. You listen while they talk, because for them, that's their way of getting out. But it also helps you because they have a lot of knowledge. Don't sleep on your elderly. They could tell you some things. And then we're going to go into money management. I'm glad you spoke on that, Coach Sherry. We're going to go into money management with your children and yourself and your business, how to separate it. But I'm going to let Nikki Nichols talk. And I'm sorry, Nikki, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just going to kind of touch base on what Coach Sherry said. So my husband had where he was going to auctions and cleaning out storage units. So that was something he used to take my son with him. And at the time, he kind of had to bribe him to go. But then as time went on and he realized, he's like, gosh, Dad, you actually make money doing this? And he was like, yeah, so she's right. Exposing them and taking them to do what you do and showing them exactly what you do is really good for them, because later on they'll learn how to, think of things themselves. My kids sit around now and they talk about different things. I don't know, one day my son came out of the room and he said, Mom, my friend asked me, could I take $10 from him to fix my program on my PlayStation? And I said, you know what, go for it. I used to be in the mindset where it was, I think back in the day, we were taught, I think I'm showing my age a little bit, but my parents would say, go to school, get that job, have the family, the American dream. You kind of have to think a little bit different, just a little bit now. We have to be more self-sufficient, reliant on ourselves. Because these companies can let you go at any time. So if you don't have a backup, you're going to be kind of stuck out there, and that's when you'll start thinking, what can I do? What can I do? You need to be thinking that all the time. Always have something written down. One of the things that I started doing, I was as a teenager, one of my teachers, she used to tell me, write your dreams down in a notebook. Write them down so you never forget. And one day I came across an old notebook that I had, and I started reading some of the things that I used to want to do. And I thought, gosh, I was a dreamer. When I was young, I was a dreamer. So these kids, I think adults can take notes from the kids sometimes, because I think we get so caught up in the day-to-day and I'm an adult and do it this way. Sometimes we have to let the kid in us come back out so that we can.
Adulting is not all it's cracked up to be.
No. I have my oldest daughter, she's 21, and she's starting to realize that now. You know, they say all the time, I can't wait till I'm an adult. I can't. But really, you can.
Yeah.
You can enjoy your life while you have. I mean, you know, but those dreams that you think on and that you want to do, you know, I would say push your kids, tell them, go ahead, go for it. The sky's the limit. That's what I look, you know, to say to all the kids out there, and even to the adults. If you have something that you want to do and you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it. Step out and do it.
Yeah.
Okay? That would be my advice. Go ahead. Stop thinking about it. Let's get out here and let's do it. Let's show people that, you know, we're not just here to work for other people. We're not just here that somebody else had a dream. We're pushing their dream. What about ours?
Okay.
We gotta push our own. So that, you know, that would be my advice to anybody who is looking to work from home, whether it be because you just want to not work in a brick and mortar anymore, you'd rather be at home, whether you have an underlying condition, whatever the reason that you want to work from home, step out on faith and just do it. You know, something I always say too is the only thing that happened when you put your job application in is that they can tell you no. Move on to the next one.
Hello.
There was always a door somewhere that will open up. I say if God closes one, the next one will open.
Absolutely.
You just have to go forth and just go for it.
For every no, all you need is that one yes.
Mm-hmm. What a lot of people get stuck in is analysis paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
They want to pick it up, look around, you know, smell it, touch it, all that, and they never get started. And I remember before we started buying our first real estate property, that's what we were doing. We were, you know, looking at different investment properties, this, that, and the other. And I remember, I forget what year it was, one of our anniversaries, and my husband said, what do you want to do? Or what do you want for our anniversary? I said, I want to start looking and doing. So I want to get a house. I want to get a property. And that was 29 rental properties ago. You know what I'm saying? So you have to start. That's the only way it's going to happen. But if you keep looking through it and analyzing, you're going to stay paralyzed. So just start.
Oh, yes. Budget Bill says he started his YouTube channel the day he was laid off his job. And he did, guys. He has a video out, and I saw that video, Budget Bill. It was amazing. I suggest everyone go over there. And then he has a video out where he tells you how much he made on his first YouTube check. Go check it out, guys. I'm telling you, he is a way larger YouTuber than us, but I just love his content. I don't care how big you are or how small you are. If you have something interesting that you're saying, I'm there. I was in the chat last night. It was one person, me and them. But guess what? We had a good conversation. So she was like, oh my God, you're such a big YouTuber. Thank you for being here, honey. I'm no bigger than nobody else. You can get here too. Yeah. But what she was saying, and I was just in there to be there because why not? I gave her some information. It probably helped her. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You can have a viral video and come back and be like, you know what? You told me to do this. Share your knowledge. It doesn't hurt to let someone know a little bit of what you know. You know, you can talk to, she sold pictures in school and she was kept with plenty of money. Yep. It's the little thing. Gardening. Have you ever seen the little boys go out and cut the grass or shovel the snow? And that turns into a landscaping business for them.
Yes.
It can happen like that. RV said, I was just let go on Tuesday from my job. Oh my God, RV, we're saying prayers to you. And this is exactly what Nikki was saying. It's not only the companies don't necessarily want to let you go, but because of the world crisis we're in, there are a lot of larger companies closing. Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, you or your spouse or both may get laid off. What are you waiting for? Start that business. You never know. RV, I'm so sorry. It's definitely lit a fire. Yeah. Yeah. Extra Steps. Hi, Extra Steps. How are you? She's another amazing channel. Extra Steps, if you want to come up, let me know because I talked to you earlier. Just let me know. I'll drop the link. here that RV Weekends. It's good that you're here. Prayerful, you're getting some great ideas here. Yes, that's the whole purpose. We hope that this can help someone in some way, shape, or form. So, guys, we're giving out information on work from home jobs and jobs to start your own business. And then we're gonna go into an icebreaker. But I just want to let you guys know this. I have a t-shirt company. All this is in the description on my about section. I don't like to boast and brag about it, but thank you for all that have been purchasing items. I super appreciate that. There is free shipping and 15% off coming up, I think on the 21st and 29th. So go check that out. Hey, you can't beat that, you know. Let me see if I can find the exact dates here. I wrote them down. Of course, now I can't find them, but yeah, go check it out. It'll show up there. But just like with starting your YouTube channel, you can get monetized. That's a stream of income. So if you're bringing in $2,000, $2,500 a month right now for RE, that would be amazing. Start that YouTube channel. Start that web. What is it? When they talk on the not the radio podcast. Start the podcast. Write the book. Eat the cake. Buy the shoes. Whatever you got to do.
Eat the cake.
Do it. And like she said, show your children money management. If you are making, I'm just going to say $1,000, show them, okay, 600 has to go back into the business. Re-up, what they call it. So that has to go back into the business to start it up. The other 400, you saving 200 of that in a savings account. The other 200, you're buying your necessities. Like I said, you may not always make a profit the first few months of your business, but all it takes is one yes and somebody to see that and it start taking off. And you're going to be sitting there like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how well I'm doing. It really can happen that fast, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think about the people that did Facebook? The guy that Steve Jobs and all these people, Einstein. Let me tell you, they got a lot of no's, but all they needed was that one yes. Just like the devil tell you no, but if God tells you yes, okay, when he gets in it, there's no stopping you.
I look at Under Armour, the Under Armour sneakers and things like that. Those guys that started Under Armour went to college with my husband at University of Maryland, College Park, and they were in their dorm room and they crafted up Under Armour. That was years ago. You go to a basketball tournament now, I've never seen so many designs of Under Armour. So it starts somewhere, just like you said with Facebook. It started in his dorm room. It's those ideas, and you just bring them to life.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know him, but he's from my area. Fubu, the Fubu guy.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Even though he sold it, but for you, by you. I mean, who
4 letters on a t-shirt, jeans.
Okay. Giving out knowledge does reduce what you know, doesn't reduce what you know. Exactly. Exactly. It does not. Thank you, Budget Bill. I'm like so excited here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Question. I love to ask people, what does JOB stand for? I thought I knew, but I can't think of it offhand. You tell us, what does it stand for, Panama City? Budget Bill says if you start YouTube channel, make sure you understand how to grow a follow path. Budget Bill, this is why I give out so much information to people on how and what to do to increase their YouTube channel. You never know when you'll get that viral video. You never know when you'll get that one thing and somebody sees it, companies come to you by droves asking you to let them sponsor you. It can happen that fast, guys. I have 2 viral videos. I don't like to tell everybody about it because, like I said, I'm not better than anybody. I'm still on my grind on YouTube. I'm not where I want to be. I'm at 4,000 and something followers. I'm trying to get to 100,000 so I can get my little play button right there. You guys are gonna say, you said that. You're gonna see it. My second channel, I want to be monetized by December. But you have to put in the work. You have to study. You have to see what can help your business thrive. Okay, so now you have the idea. Now you need to start getting the t-shirts. Okay, so now you got a box of t-shirts. Now you need to get the Cricut cutter to iron them on the shirt. Now you need to sell them. You got to sell them for a profit. So if you're getting the shirts for $10, you're gonna have to sell them for at least $15, $16, $20, whatever your number is that you need to see a profit. But then you have to turn that back around and put back in the business till people start knowing you. And you can do it. Especially now, do it. So I'm gonna let Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols. Anything else you guys want to tell us about working from home, about YouTube, about your channel, about you? Just give. Everyone needs that positive motivation. And I always say I'm your motivator, your inspirer, but I want to be your mentor. I want to be there. You come to me and you ask me questions. You guys can reach out to me on IG. So I'm going to let Coach Sherry, and I'm going to just keep on looking at the chat, guys, and talking to them. Start today, save for your future. Yes. Find a problem, be the solution. Yes. See, guys, we're all in the same mindset. So Coach Sherry.
So one thing that clients come to me about is pricing. And you started to talk a little bit about that just a minute ago. That's the one thing. First of all, you definitely want to charge your value. You can't, exactly. You have to know your worth. You have to know your industry. You have to do your due diligence and see what the competition is charging and what they are offering. It's more than just what they're charging, it's what they are also offering. Because if you know that what you offer has more value, then you may have to charge a little bit more. But don't undercharge yourself thinking that that's going to get you the clientele that you need, that you deserve, because it might not always. And don't feel guilty about what you have to charge for what you are providing. That's the thing. A lot of people feel guilty. A lot of friends feel like, oh, you have this business, but I need you to do this for me. If it's your business, you need to charge your friends as well. And your friends, if they are your true friends and family, they'll understand that and respect that. So many times, especially, I don't know, Vern, you may experience this, but with resume writing in particular, like that is a craft. And if you are a professional at it, it is a real thing. And so some people may say, oh, I have my resume. Can you look at it? I'm going to apply for this job. Okay. But I also have a fee that's associated with that. That's a business.
That's right.
It's time that you're putting in. It's research. I know I do a lot of research when I do a person's resume, and I make sure it's speaking to their skill set, to who they are, and to where they're trying to go. And that doesn't just happen in 1, 2, 3, So you have to, as a person who might be a customer, respect that business as well as the person who has that business. Please make sure your customers respect who you are and what you're doing, and respect yourself as you're doing it, because so many people, that's where the burnout comes, because it's not adding up. You're doing more than what you're actually getting back, and it's not going to be worth it. Your time is valuable. So when you're doing your pricing, try to, understand how much time it's going to take, the materials that you're going to have to use, and put that all into the value and the pricing. Also, before you start a business, I always recommend to do a personal balance sheet to understand what are your personal assets and liabilities, so that you can kind of see where you're at. Because if you're trying to make that into your full-time thing and pivot away from being an employee, you have to know exactly how much you would need to sustain yourself personally. And then in terms of the business, you need to do a balance sheet for that business. How much is it going to cost to operate that business for the next 6 months? What are the materials you're going to need? What are some of the tools, some of the equipment? What type of marketing? How much is that marketing going to cost? You have to put all that together to see how much will be needed to invest in the front end. And I always say to have at least 6 months of investment dollars into your business, especially if you want it to be a viable, strong, this business is for real. Like, it is no hobby, it is the real deal. You want to at least try to have 6 months of investment within that business. You may have to get partners, or you may have to get investors, and then you have to determine how much of return of interest you want to provide them. If they give you $300 or $1,000, how much more are they going to make over that once you're paying them back? Because that's an investment for them. And sometimes, you know, they call it OPM, other people's money is good to start a business with. So,
yes, Denise, that is so true. Some
These are
people will buy from a store and don't tell them how much to charge, but when it comes to your business, it's a business.
Exactly.
You
It's a
need to
business.
charge. I mean, it's not free.
It's not.
My thing about business and resumes, whether you're doing a work from home job or whether you're going to a brick and mortar, if you come to me with a resume and I ask you what kind of job you want, or you come to me and you say you want to start a business, don't tell me anything. So you want to work as a garbage man? No, then don't say anything. That's anything, right? Not that there's anything wrong with being a garbage man. I've seen people work at McDonald's, starting at the bottom, flipping burgers, becoming a crew manager, becoming a shift manager, becoming a general manager, and owning a McDonald's. So I'm not saying that. But when you come to me and I tell you, okay, I'm going to fix your resume, what kind of job you want? I want anything. No, you don't. No, you don't. What kind of business you want to start? I don't know. I just want to start a business to make money. That's not telling me anything. That's telling me you're not prepared. You're not ready. You work.
And that's something I talked about before too, Vern. Remember, it's like you have to have a target. I look at it as a relationship. This is your professional relationship. Your personal relationship, you don't say, I want any man, just a man, any woman, just a woman. You are very specific. So when it comes to your business and your job, you need to be very specific, because what you shoot for, you have a better chance of actually hitting it. So I always say that too. Don't just tell me any and everything. That's not going to.
It's not going to fly. Your friends are not your customer. Your friends want to hook up.
Yeah.
They do. They do. I sell on Amazon, and I have 0.5% to my friends. Okay.
Growing up, my parents' friends would come into their shop and say, you know, what kind of discount do I get? I said, well, we don't have a discount on this product right now. They said, but come on, you know. I said, do you go to Macy's and ask them for a discount when they don't have a discount on that particular?
No.
Why would you come here? That's disrespectful. So respect everyone's business.
Yeah.
Nikki?
I agree. I was also going to say, don't be afraid to go to your boss and say, hey, could I possibly turn this job into something where I can telecommute? You know, you have to ask. You won't know unless you ask. And he might say, well, you know what? I think we can transition this job to where you can work from home. That's something else, another way that you might be able to work from home, but you can't be afraid to ask. You have to, you know, stand up tall, hold your head up straight, walk in the door and just ask your question. Because again, all he can do is say no. When you're looking for work from home jobs, be very specific with the companies that you're looking for. Because some of these jobs can be scams. A lot of people right now out here trying to make money, and you know they're making this into their business, scamming other people. So, and I mean, but look deep. I would say go to websites like Glassdoor, Indeed. They can kind of verify some of these companies, give descriptions, they give reviews of the different companies that are out here that are actually legitimate companies. And I would also say be very leery of a company that asks you for money. If they're telling you that you need to pay them to work for them, no. That's a no-no. That would be a big sign, a red flag to let you know that that's not a legitimate company.
That's the same as sponsors on YouTube. If they come to you and they say, I want you to sell my product, but you need to pay me $60. No, you want me, you're going to give it to me. I'm going to do my review, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, let's see, for jobs that you don't really know about, but you want to go into that field, you may not necessarily have the money to go back to school, but there are continuing education classes. You know, look in your state, look at the different community colleges. Usually those classes can cost anywhere from about $50 to maybe $120. You might want to save a couple of dollars, put it away to take, you know, they have administrative assistant classes that you can get a certificate where you don't have to go to school for 2 to 4 years to get that job. And a lot of companies now are being a little bit more lenient on the people that they're looking for because they're trying to fill these positions and they need somebody reliable. So, I mean, I think that shows work ethic in itself that you took the time to go forth and try to get a certificate to get your foot in the door. Also, take advantage of the webinars, just like we're doing this panel. There are so many free webinars out there teaching you about the different skills. I took a webinar on how to be a better supervisor and a better manager. There's just different things that you can go out here and just find out more information. So always just dig deep. The internet is huge. Get on the Google platform and just put in the topics that you're looking for, and a lot of stuff will come back. And then you just have to, like I said, just research to find out what it is that how you would be qualified for these different jobs. And like I said, you don't always have to go to get a 4-year degree to do some of these jobs. Again, I was the office manager and I didn't have a degree at all. And then to make it even better, my administrator told me, hey, I think you might be interested in going to this. Would you like to go to this? We will pay for it. So I didn't even have to pay for that particular course, but I definitely took advantage of it. So if you're at a job that's offering to send you different places so that you can learn more, take advantage of that, because it can work for you later in the future when you're ready to start your own business or when you're ready to go work from home. So that would be more advice that I would give, to your viewers.
Great. Yeah. On that, Nikki, what I don't like is you can be working and you have a supervisor, but your supervisor is telling you what to do in the job, and you're like, that's not going to work. But they don't know how to do it just because they have a degree. Have you ever met a person that was so intelligent while you're talking to them and you just were drawn in by them, and then you come to find out they don't even have a high school diploma or they don't have a college degree? And you're like, are you kidding me? You are super smart. But then you talk to someone that have a degree and they dumb as a bucket. And don't you have a degree, like you're not using it right now?
Yeah. Well, I tell my kids, common sense is not learned in a book. It's not. It will give you the stepping stones that you need, but you got to use common sense sometimes out here when you're doing some of these things. So if something is telling, and go with your gut. If something is telling you something's not right, it's usually not right.
Right. Can you tell us how your first day or your first week was when you actually started your work from home job? Like, what did you feel? How did it go? How was your boss? Was your boss open? Did you not like the company? And was this your first job that you applied for and got it?
Actually, yes. The very first job I applied for, I got it. I had applied for about 10 other jobs, and I never heard anything back. And the very first one that I applied for, they accepted me. My first week, wow. So we did training from home for 5 weeks. It was paid training. We had fun. It was virtual. I never ever got to see any of the other people's faces. We just kind of talked back and forth over the internet. Over a phone line. And then they told us, okay, you're going to have to go on the phones. We did what was called nesting. So in the nesting period, you actually did your job, and they weren't in the room to help you. You just kind of had to remember what you had learned about the job. But nesting helps you once you get out on the floor, you know what to do when you're out on the floor. So the initial first week that I had to start on that job, I was nervous as heck because I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Am I going to say something wrong? Am I going to hit the wrong button? And I actually kicked the cord and undid my whole computer. So everything crashed. It was a crazy day. But after the day was over, I was like, whew, but it's okay. I got up the next day and I did it again. And each day, I think you learn something totally new. Because, of course, when you're in training, they're going to teach you the basics for the job. But there are always more that comes along with the job. And I think that's with any job. As you're there longer, you'll learn more about the job and the different ways that you'll maneuver through their different systems. We have different windows that we have to go into. And so there's different ways that you have to get back and forth on the system. So I would also say take advantage of learning, like Coach Sherry was saying, Zoom, Google. Let's see, I think there's Google Meet. There's so many different platforms that are out here now. But again, you can get on YouTube and learn how to use those. That's what I did. If I don't know, I just research to try to figure it out. But yeah, that first week was kind of, I was scared. I was scared, but I did have a very good trainer that I got to know in the classroom. I don't know, for some reason we just hit it off in the classroom, and she had said in the class, if you have questions, reach out to me outside of this. And I remembered that, and I had gotten to a point where I needed to know something, and I could. To this day, what's sad is I still haven't spoke to my manager. That's one of the cons about working virtual from home, because you don't know who your manager is. You don't get to have that repertoire with them like you do when you're working in a brick and mortar. So I've decided, I had said this week, I'm going to send her an email, just introduce myself to her, because there's some questions and things that I still have about the job that I haven't gotten answered. So you still have to put yourself out there to find out what's going on, with that job. If you're going to be working from home, you have to be very resilient to work from home, because you can't just get up and walk to the next office and say, hey,
right,
can you help me with this? So, and you have to, I would also say you have to be a very critical thinker. You have to be able to solve problems, because if you can't think on your own and you can't think on your feet, working from home might not be the best thing for you, because like I said, you don't have that person next door that you can run over and ask questions to. So you really have to be able to work independently when you work from home. And a lot of job descriptions will say that you have to be, a critical thinker, and you have to be able to solve problems on your own without the advice of a supervisor. So again, that was very scary to me. But the more I get into it, I'm like, oh, I got this. I can do this.
It's good. I want to say hi to Stu's family. I don't know why your comments is not coming through on StreamYards, but I see it on my phone. Welcome in. Hey, Reborn, my girl is in the building. Hi, E. Belize. How are you? Welcome in. I see Drops family is in the building. Thank you, guys. So another thing I want to tell you guys is you are starting your own business and with work from home, but mostly your own business. Be professional. I know it's going to be times where you want to fly off the handle, you want to your customer, but this is your livelihood, it's your business. If you don't think you can be professional when someone tells you, oh, your product sucks, or this was wrong, or it came broke, or I want a new one, you may not want to be a business owner. It's not just having a business and getting money. It's not that simple. There's a lot, just like YouTube. It's not that simple of putting up a video. There are other things behind it. So, Coach Sherry, I know you said you had a business, and Nikki. So, Coach Sherry, tell me, was there a time that you ever had to be not so nice when you in your business, or you had to stay professional even though you wanted to just strangle your customer?
Yeah, I mean, I still am a business person. The thing you have to do, you can't mix your beliefs into what's going on. You can't take what's happening personally, because your outcome is to maybe not retain that particular customer, but that customer has friends. They know people. So they could be either an advocate for you or your worst nightmare out there in those streets. So you have to treat everyone professionally, because even if someone has a problem with you, if you solve it or handle it professionally, the problem may not necessarily get solved to the customer's satisfaction, but when they go out, they will always say how professional you were in handling it. And so that oftentimes will supersede anything else. Being in real estate development, we're building people's homes. They want things specifically, and we were dealing with 55 and older. Our customers, or our home buyers, were about between the ages of 60 and 70. They've had their own homes. Some of them have already built their own homes before, and this was going to be kind of like their retirement home. So they really were trying to be specific as they were downsizing. So there were a lot of misunderstandings and disagreements that we had to deal with, but we had to deal with it professionally, because this is our brand, And if anything, it made us better, but you still have to always, they always say the customer is always right. And that's to a certain extent, but you definitely don't want to tell them that they're dead wrong with whatever it is that they're talking about. But it is really important to stay professional because that's your brand. And if you want the outcome to be return customers, new customers, growing your business, then you need to act accordingly when you respond in those types of situations. And that's
my thing is protect your brand, protect your name, and protect your energy. Because if someone's out there and they're your friend, but they're messing up your brand, they might not be your friend. So you have to protect it because that's your baby. You work for that. You got the marketing together. You got the ads together. You got the names together. If that's something you trust and you believe in, then you need to make sure you are trusting the people that you have working with you, and not necessarily always family. To be honest, it's not always necessarily family that you have. Sometimes if people you don't know or either friends are actually better sometimes, not all the time, than family, because family think you owe them something. I'm not saying everyone's family, because there are families that work good together, but you still have to be cautious because there are some families that are jealous of you. Maybe because, she's so smart. She's always doing this. She's always doing that. Well, we do it too. We grew up in the same household. How come you can't do it? So you have to think, like I said, as a business person, when you are starting your business, you done cried and quit your job and waiting for money. If you had to do all that, then you need to make sure your business is going to thrive. Yeah. And Nick, you said you own a business, or you used to own a business, you and your husband?
Yeah, we did. I basically took care of the books for him and filing the taxes and everything, and he did all the manual labor. Sometimes I would go in and work. We had a cleaning business. We were cleaning a gymnasium, a 24-hour gym, and if a worker didn't show up, I had to be willing to throw on my sweats and ride in with him to clean up. Because they are dependent on you to be there and take care of the business. They're paying you for a product. So you have to be, like she said, professional. And if they don't care that your worker didn't show up, they still want what they pay for, So yeah. And then back when I was a teenager, I had a home daycare. And there was a lot involved. There was a lot of rules and regulations that I had to follow, even to get the business up and running. You have to have a fence in the backyard. Your steps can't be but so high. You have to have seats that the kids can sit in. So there was a lot. You have to have smoke detectors in the home to make sure. And then they come in, a worker from the state will come in and they will review everything. They walk through your home, they walk outside, they make sure everything is up to code with that business. So just keep in mind that when you're starting a business, everything has to be legit. And I wouldn't go forth to actually do it till you make sure that you read all the requirements and have everything done. Then go forth and give them your information and say, hey, I want to do this. But like I said, dig deep and do your research to any business that you want to open. And we're looking at, doing different things now. We had did T-shirts too, Vern, for a little while. That was something my husband he really wants to work on his own. He does not like the brick and mortar. But sometimes you still have to have that money coming in to still be sufficient in what you're doing. So we were doing little things on the side, and I feel like we'll find our niche. We'll find what it is that we want to do, but we just haven't figured out exactly what it is now. But now that we both got our feet wet, we know what it takes. We know what the requirements are. So we'll figure it out.
And for me, my brand on YouTube, Vern's Young Closet, is a brand for me. Sometimes I'm up late, 2, 3 in the morning, not only helping other people, talking to people, helping them, but on my own, working on my channel, making sure I have my videos out, making sure my editing is good, making sure, okay, I'm going live at this time. I have panelists that I trust and I believe in. And, it's a lot. And people think, oh, you have 4,000 followers and you're monetized. It's not easy. This is where the work starts. Yeah. You have to be diligent. You have to know that you are going after something, what you want. My goal is to make right now 3,000 every month off YouTube. That's my goal. I'm not going to quit my job, but if I could go part-time and I know every month I'm going to make that 3K for now, that is sufficient for me.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to work the rest of my life, go into a business. I don't. So right now is where the work starts and you have to put it out. And I'm sorry, Coach Sherry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, and this is just lesson learned from me, but I did this before, but because I just thought it was a hobby. Assume that your business is going to grow tremendously, and that you will have to eventually hire employees. Every step that you take in your business in the beginning, especially, write it down, because you need to start gathering that information to create a standard operation procedure. And you need to train all of your employees how you want them to walk in that business, how you want them to handle your customers, because they are now part of your brand. And so they are going to be representing you even when they're not at work with you, because people that they know will know where they work. And so you want to make sure that they are more self-aware and are able to manage themselves accordingly. I know for our real estate development, the salespeople that we hired, I have put them through extensive training because they are the face of that particular project. And don't always look for people that have experience in what you're doing, because sometimes in what you're doing, you want to train them exactly how you need them to be and not come with any kind of previous experience and ideas, because it might mess it up. Like if you have a standard, if you have a particular way that you're going to do it, you need to be able to teach people how you want it done, because that's going to be part of how you run your business. And that's really, really important. Some people, they don't see the value in that. And then they have a problem with retention. They have a problem with their product not being consistent, whatever it is. So take that time, that extra time. It might be 2 days. It might be a week. It might be over a long weekend, whatever you need to do to train your employees up the way that they will fully support your business. And in the long run, it will help them, because you're going to be giving them new skills, helping them to develop, helping them to get used to being developed. And that's something that will go a long way. And that will help with retention, because they're seeing what you're pouring into them versus just throwing them out there and just say, just do what you do. No, do it how it needs to be done. That's
right. Do it right the first time. You wouldn't have to do it again.
Exactly. And
also believe in yourself.
Yes.
If you don't believe in you and your business, how you expect me to believe in you?
Right.
Believe in whatever your business idea that you have for yourself. I don't care if it's making light bulbs. I don't care if it's being a tutor. I don't care if it's just being a dog walker. You have to believe in that thing in order for somebody to say, hey, I want you to walk my pet. Because if they think you're going to hurt their pet is like their child. They're not going to give it to you. So I'm sorry, Coach Carey, what were you saying?
I was going to say franchise is another option as well. So my husband and I have done a franchise before. But the thing you have to consider with a franchise is that depending on where that franchise is warehoused, is headquartered, what you have going on in your state, in your county, the rules and regulations will be different. And so you have to be mindful of that. That is just not this package deal that you're getting. You might have the specs for the building and all that, but you have to make sure that they are up to code for where you are. And that's going to be an additional cost. So even though you have the franchise fee, you will have additional costs. Don't think like, oh, all I need is this amount of money. You're going to need more. Trust me. But it is a good option if you are just looking for something that's kind of packaged, but just always know you're going to have to veer off of it a little bit. You won't be able to necessarily go through it to the T of how they do it wherever they're headquartered.
Did you want to say something else, Nikki? We are in an hour and 48, so we got like 15 more minutes to make it 2 hours. But I think this is really good. We talked about work from home jobs. We talked about starting your own business. And these two amazing content creators, Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols, has agreed to be on the panel. I hope you guys get something out of it. So I'm going to let Nikki Nichols finish what she was saying. I'm going to finish looking at the chat.
Okay. I was also just going to say, as far as with working from home, make sure that you're limiting your distractions when you're working from home. Make sure that your family is on board that they know that, hey, I'm home, but I'm working. So because I think my kids had to kind of get used to that idea for a little while because they saw me there. So they would walk up and I'm talking to a customer on the phone. They're trying to ask me a question. And so I took my break and I finally set them down. I said, look, guys, I'm working. I can't be distracted. This is just like I'm at my job when I got in the car and left and went to work every day. This is my job. So you can't distract me like that. The other thing, you have to maybe give them set boundaries for like when they can come to do their lunch or things like that. Because when you're on those telephones, that microphone, they can hear everything in the background. If they're going to the microwave or they're cooking at the stove, they can hear all of that. And again, that leads back to that quality assurance. If they're listening to your phone call and they can hear all of that stuff in the background, you're going to get marked off some of those points. So just remember that when you're working from home, this is professional. You have to work and your family has to know that. So just make sure that you set boundaries from the very beginning so that they understand that I am at work. Mommy works from 7 to 3:30. Sometimes you got to tell your husband the same thing because they
want to drop the kids off, pick them up, take them here. I can't do all that. I'm at work.
So you just have to just make sure that you limit the distractions in the home and again, make use of your breaks. Use them as you would at work. Like I said, sometimes it's just a breather, just so I can say, whew, you know.
Outside.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
and again, you don't have to be fully dressed as if you're going to work with a nice top so they can see. Like right now, I have on a jumpsuit, but up here, you know, professional enough for this.
Yeah.
There's a commercial. I don't know if you guys have it in your state because I'm in New York. They have the guy, he's coming out watering the plants, but he's in his underwear, and he was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Are you ready for the Zoom call?" And he was like, "I thought this was," and they're sitting right.
No.
I love that commercial. He's like, yeah, la la la. He's walking, and they're literally there. They're not even on the Zoom call.
Oh my gosh!
So you never know.
Something I did because I had to dress up so much for the last job that I did. I went on Amazon and I purchased like a bunch of loungewear. Because I could be comfortable at home, but I still kind of was dressed because I think that will put you in the mood to work too. If you're working in your pajamas, you kind of feel too laid back and that's something that I found.
Rolls in the hair and all that.
I mean, because I don't have to be on camera, but I just found that it still made me feel like I was still in a professional setting and I was comfortable. Like I said, I'm like you, Vern. I got a jumpsuit on right now, but it's comfortable. I can kind of just sit around in it, but I still feel like if I want to go out the door later on, I can still leave and go somewhere and still look nice in what I have on. So.
Right.
Absolutely.
You have anything to say on that, Coach Sherry?
Definitely what Nikki was saying, because we're rocking a full house right here. It's, you know, I have 3 kids in college. They're all home in school and my husband's here. Like, it's a full house and my family loves to make those shakes. So I always, the day before, give them my schedule for the next day of when they can't make those shakes. And, you know, so communicating is really, really important. And also when I get up, I don't get up as if I'm home. I get up, I don't get dressed like, you know, I might put a nice top on, but I am definitely going to comb my hair, put some eyeliner on, because I want to get ready so I can stay ready. So in case I have to go out and meet someone for a meeting, I can just throw on some clothes real quick. I don't have to worry about doing all this because that takes the longest. You know, so I try to do something to minimize, and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more productive when I am on conference calls, which is every day. I have some type of conference call to do. I make sure my video is up. You know, I don't have my avatar up when I'm on meetings at work because I want them to see, like, this is serious. You know, I'm handling my business. And, you know, that actually helped my daughter get a position. She was doing some options in case she didn't do her freshman year, in case she did a gap year. She was going to do an AmeriCorps program. and it's a program that's for 18 to infinity. But she was 18, just graduated high school, and it was two other women on the call. One was a recent college graduate, and one had already been in her career. The other two, and it was a group interview. So those other two women were interviewing just like she was. My daughter at 18 was the only one who had her video up. She had the least amount of experience, probably not necessarily what they were looking for. And the panel accepted her over those other two women that were way more qualified.
Wow. See?
Yeah. And she didn't take it. She ended up doing her freshman year, but still that was a great option. But it's just to say, you never know, showing yourself how big of a difference that will be. Working from home, you definitely have to have a schedule. Don't spend a lot of time on your email. Schedule when you're going to check your emails as well. If you're going to check them first thing in the morning, maybe mid-afternoon and towards the end of the day, so that you can be more productive. Mm-hmm. Do your work as if you have a deadline all the time, so that you will stay on target, stay on task, and mark off when you do complete things so that you can feel accomplished. Because that's the thing. Right. You want to make sure you feel accomplished.
That's right. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. We have 14 in the chat. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. If you have any questions for our co-host, Coach Sherry or Nikki Nichols, please put a green heart in the chat with your question. I'll give you guys 5 minutes. And I'm just going to keep saying thank you guys for being here. Today's talk was for work from home jobs or working at home on your own, because we all need to have that extra stream of income, which, like Nikki said, you never know when your job is going to let you go or whatever the situation in this time that we're in. These companies don't want to close, but we're in that atmosphere right now in the time of the world where it's just, we don't know. It is a good time to start a business. I know that might seem weird, but it really is, because your idea maybe someone doesn't have, and maybe it's going to take off. You never know. So I'm just going to go to the chat. Tracy Swan said appearances is major when I select employees as well. Yes, mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that. When you're going for an interview, whether it's on a computer or rather it's in person, please go decent. Don't go with what you can wear to the club. That's I'm old school. I believe in a white shirt and a dark colored outfit. However, I don't mind the color, but don't go in there with a bright yellow or a bright pink head to toe plus pink lipstick and pink hair. That's not how you go to an interview. You have to be professional. Even if you have your own business, if you're going to a bank or to a finance company and you want to get a loan, don't go in there like you're going to the club with everything hanging out with pink hair, lipstick. And for guys, with how they wear their clothes, you go in there. I'm not saying you have to wear a suit and tie.
Right.
But go in there business casual. If you're going on a Zoom call and you're having an interview and you're going for a work from home job, Nikki can tell you because she's already been there and I've been there several times. A nice blouse, have your hair. You don't have to have a bunch of jewelry in your face. It's like, don't have a tongue ring in. And come on, we're adults. And you have to, especially if a business, you're trying to get money to help your business to thrive.
Oh my goodness.
Think about it. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure you're going out there in a professional way. Working from home, we have weekly meetings and no avatar option. Has to be on video. Yeah, well, starting Tuesday, we are going to be, we used to do call just over the phone. Now they're saying we're having Zoom meetings, and the lady kept saying, yeah, it has the option to do a video where we can see each other. I'm putting on an avatar. I don't want to be in their face. I don't want them seeing me. I might want to dig up my nose and I got you on the screen. Oh, early in the morning.
You can switch back and forth. When you feel like you can step away for a second.
You ain't having it, girl.
When I got work, I want to see them on no computer. But no, I'm joking. I'm just saying. We'll see how it goes. But I have to actually test it. Actually, I should test it this weekend. She sent the link, and I'm on their computer, but I'm using my internet. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Working from home, I got that one.
Another thing I
Drops.
want
The
to say,
best thing to do is make sure you have multiple streams of income and clients, customers. If a client drops off, you should have another ready to take its place. Yes. Yes.
absolutely.
Really, thank you, Budget Bill. I enjoyed you being here. I super do. And again, guys, please, he is my friend. He's a content creator. Make sure you're going over there checking out Budget Bill, just like his name says. His name is Trell, but we call him Budget Bill. He has some great videos, guys, like the finance, credit card, all of that stuff. He talks of the stimulus and all that. So go check him out. Go check him out.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, JW. JW is another awesome content creator. Hi, JW. How are you? So Nikki, do you have anything that you want to say on that subject?
No, just mainly just go for it, guys. You know, like I said, all they can do is say no. But get prepared as if the person is going to tell you yes. Go ahead and get what you're going to need to have and claim it. If you claim it, you got it. So that, you know, that would be my advice. And like I said, just like Coach Sherry was saying, just keep it professional. Look at it as, even though I'm not going out of my door, going into a building, this is still my professional workplace. This is my office, and this is what I need to do to make ends meet and to take care of my family. So just always remember, stay professional. And you know what? Have a little bit of fun with it too. It's good to laugh. Sometimes you'll laugh with your clients and your customers, and just have fun and live life and enjoy and stay safe.
So how are you guys enjoying your YouTube journey?
Whew. You know what? I enjoyed the fact that you were doing videos that help us to tweak our channels, because I have gone back and done different things with my channel. Doing my intro, I didn't initially have one, and I think when I started about 5 years ago, but I really just now started taking my YouTube serious. Again, when all of this started, I decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna get back out there and get my feet wet again. And the moment I said I'm going to take this serious, doors started to open and things started to happen. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. No, let me take that back. I have 309 subscribers. That's more than I had before. So each one, if it's just one, I'm happy, because one day I'll get where I want to be. But I'm ready for the journey. I think this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to meeting more people. And again, I just thank you, Vern. I'm glad I met Coach Sherry. This has been a good experience. I'm going back, checking out some of the other YouTubers, looking at their channels, gleaning off of some of the things that they can teach me. So
be happy where you are, but you will get to where you need to be when it's your time. It might not be time for you to be at 1,000 yet, but you take that path and keep coming to drop the link, because we love helping you guys. Most of you know I do drop the link day. Mine is on Tuesday, but if you go to one of my drop the link days, all the information is in the description. And you know, if it's your YouTube channel, you need to take it serious, and you do need to do the work. You know, you don't have to have a bunch of expensive equipment to do YouTube. People do it on their phone. You can get a regular light bulb. Just have your lighting that is light. You can't be in a dark room. Make sure you're speaking clearly. You have a microphone of some kind. You can have the little microphone that you use like this, as long as it has an inline mic. There's a lot you can do. And sometimes people come to you and be like, wow, your video is professional. And you're like, that cost me $10. But it's not that. It's how you portray it and how they see you.
That's right.
And Coach Sherry, you're at 600 now, you said?
25 from 600.
Yes. And Coach Sherry, I love her channel, and I've been with her, and I'm like, I'm rooting for her. You know, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you too, Nikki. I'm there to help you. If you have any questions, you guys can just ask. But Coach Sherry, tell us about your journey.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, I've been on YouTube since 2008. That's probably longer than most people have been alive. Right? But since 2008, but just as a viewer, and I would drop a video maybe once a year, once every 3 years, just getting some value content out there, but nothing serious. I could never find my way. I could never find the right core group of people to connect with. And I'm a networker by nature, and here lately, I have been able to network with some amazing YouTubers and drop the link. That platform has helped me so much with my connections with new people. I know I have increased in numbers tremendously because of that opportunity. And just, I was looking for some people that were authentic, that was organic. I didn't want anything to be forced. I didn't want those, sub for subs, here today, gone tomorrow. I really wanted true people. I wanted to find channels that were also giving value. And that's what I found. And I'm just excited. I'm taking extremely small baby steps, and that's fine. That's fine for me because I'm able to really develop and groom my channel the way that I know it needs to be for where I'm hoping it will go. So I'm just excited for this journey. I'm not mad at it at all. And Vern has been such a godsend. I mean, she's at my live. She's there supporting me. She's cheering me on. When she says she's a YouTube cheerleader, she really means that. And I don't even see how she could be all the places that she is all the time. I'll
Right.
be live and I see her. I'm like, so I appreciate you, and I know so many other people do as well. But the one last thing I wanted to also say about business is, if you're looking to start a business, know that it will grow. If you are looking to possibly bring in investors, even way before you do that, always have your paperwork together, have your documentations together, know what your product is, know who your client is, know what your service is, be able to speak about it confidently and professionally, have everything ready so that you don't have to get ready. That's the thing. And always update your financials, because you just never know. Someone might say, you know what, I can put you together a meeting tomorrow. You don't want to have to scramble around. That's just like with your resume. You don't want someone to tell you about a job opportunity, and now you have to scramble around trying to get that 10-year-old resume together. Stay resume ready, stay business ready. Because you always want to walk around with a clear mind, and that way more things will come to you because you will be so light and open versus boggled down and crumbled up. You want to have everything where, like, I'm ready. Oh, there's an opportunity over there. Oh, okay, yeah, I got myself. I just have to go get it. That's it. I don't have to put it together. I just have to go get it. That's all you need to have to say. So just stay ready. That's my advice.
Well, guys, I do want to let you guys know I'm doing a Let's Talk Marriage Seminar 2. This is the second one, tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's going to be Queens, uplifting of Queens, but it's not just a woman channel. It's about in general. But Chosen Queen is the person who thought of it, and she asked me to be on it, and I'm on it every second Sunday of the month. Tomorrow is my day, and it's called Let's Talk Marriage Seminar 2. I had Marriage Seminar 1. It went amazing. I mean, we had such a good time. So if you are interested, please stop over tomorrow. Are you married, Nikki?
I am, yeah.
You're more than welcome to come on tomorrow. I'm telling you, you come if you have the time, you will enjoy it. It's we talk about it because you need to talk about it for some people. But that's tomorrow, guys. If you guys are all set again, I want to thank my panel, my co-host. I don't like to say panelists, my co-host, Nikki Nichols and Coach Sherry. If you guys are not connected to their channels, please do so. Please connect to Budget Bill. I see JW Jaquette in the panel.
Yes.
I see Panama City, Drops Family Garden. Connect with all of them. Denise McKay. Yeah, Nikki, Denise said we're family now. Yes, guys. So guys, thank you again. Today we did work from home jobs, and we did how you can maybe start your own business, gave you some ideas. I hope it helped you guys. If you are interested in us doing another one, either hit me up on IG or leave a comment in the description of this video. I am more than happy to do another one. I also have a video on work from home jobs if you're interested in looking at that. And if you ladies are interested, if we get a lot of feedback, I'm more than willing to ask you guys to come back. Hey, you never know who we could be helping. You see the young man, RV Weekends, they just said that, they lost their job. So hopefully they get something out of that, because I don't want to see anyone unemployed, whether it's your own business or not. So We hope we helped everyone. Budget Bills family with EGAS, Coach Sherry, we're already family. Thank you guys again. Thank you for being here at Vern's Junk Closet. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I drop the link. And if you can make it tomorrow at 7 p.m., please check me out. So thank you guys again to Coach Sherry and Nikki Nichols. You guys have a great night. You know what I say. Today is a good day to have a great day. Let's make today beautiful. Remember, no one is perfect. We all have flaws and can learn to improve on somewhere, some way in our life. I love you all. Positive vibes and love and light. Love and light, guys. Love and light. Thank you. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, you are welcome. Thank you for inviting me. And Nikki, I know it was so great to be here with you too.
Yes, it was. I appreciated that. And this is going to push me to go forward and keep on letting my light shine.
That's right. Keep coming to drop the link. You're going to get that 500 in no time. You're like, you said that.
No, I'm trying to tell you, Nikki, it happened so fast. I didn't even look at my dates and see when I started with drop the link because we'll just start drop the link.
Dates.
Do you remember the date that you started drop the link?
We
my down.
June. What's this? This is
what? September.
We started like that June 25th week or something like that.
Okay.
I think I forgot. I have to look back because I think I was the first one, or Boss Life. One of us were the first ones that started it.
Mm-hmm. So.
And it help all content creators to thrive and get to that next level because it's hard for some of them to grow. I don't like to say grow, I like to say thrive, but it's hard. And so we figured if we did that as a team, that we can help everyone. And we have helped people get to their 1K. We have helped people get monetized. You know, so it's awesome. And that was the whole goal of it. I don't know how long you've been on, Nikki, but before you could use to click the 3 buttons next to a person's name and connect. But because YouTube took that away, it's hard for people to connect now. So we figured if we did this, this would help everyone. Hey, Consistent Place, how are you? I was in hers earlier. It was only like 4 or 5 of us. So yeah.
Because I'm looking back, and August 11th, I have 467. And now I have 572.
Yeah. And just from
100 people a week.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I've only been connected now, maybe 2 weeks, if that. And I want to say I've gotten like 45 subscribers. I went from 225 to, like I said, 309, and it was quick and it's been genuine. And I have been, talking back and forth with these people. And like you said, it's good to have people who are actually going to watch a video and comment back. They tell you what you need to tweak. And, I'm thinking even more. I got ideas in my head of where I want to take my channel now, because I'm with you, Coach Sherry. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my channel at first, but it's starting to come together. So, yeah.
Just keep that About page updated in that banner, and you'll see a difference. And Coach Sherry, before we go, tell them about your sponsor that you got. And she's not even at 1K. So it can happen, guys. I know. I'm so excited for you.
I'm so excited. So I recently started going live every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I have 14 episodes so far, just once a week. And a person saw me, and they have a business. It's called Creative Minds Create, and they do personalized jewelry. And they reached out to me and asked, could they be a sponsor of a Friday Night Live? And they paid me to be a sponsor.
All right.
And I was like, oh my goodness. So, that was so awesome. And that's something else I would recommend, if that's something in the future that you're even considering, to create a sponsor package. I was able to give them a sponsor package, but I had to make it real quick because I was not expecting that. I thought,
are you talking about the media kit or the rate sheet?
I just did a rate sheet. That, if this amount of money will get you this type of shout outs and, But I wasn't thinking about it. I thought you have to be monetized to even be considered, but apparently not. So that's another thing too. And I was so excited. Oh my goodness.
I know. It can happen. It can happen that fast. Like I said, you never know who is watching you. And like you said, look, they came to you and look. And I'm telling you that thing you got, Nikki, with the work from home, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And I just that was kind of impromptu. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this journey. And so, I have more ideas and I'm gonna keep on doing, videos about my experience because like you said, that might help somebody else.
Now, how often do you go live?
Oh, I did my first live last Sunday.
Okay.
That was the very first time I did it. When I was on Drop the Link with you guys, I remember, I think it was you and I think Be Amazing Sylvia, I think was her name. And y'all were talking about, going live, that you should do that to get your watch hours. And so I came up with an idea to do socialized Sundays. So I was like, okay, I just get on to socialize with people on Sundays, just talk to them and just come up with different topics to talk to them about. So I will go back again tomorrow. I think my time frame I was going to start doing was like 8 o'clock. So I didn't quite do an hour. I did like 30 minutes, but it was just to get my feet wet so I could kind of see what it was like. And I'm going to do it every Sunday around 8 o'clock. And like I said, it would be socialized Sundays. So that's my new goal.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
Or YouTube. Did you use
StreamYard? Yes, I use StreamYard. I was getting familiarized with StreamYard. I had never used it before, but I've seen other people on the platform using it. So now I've familiarized myself with it. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay. What? Super chat. I'll stay on for a few minutes. If you ladies need to go, it's fine. But I see super chat today coming in with the Ray. Hey, Kristen, how are you? Jaden, thank you. We were talking about work from home job, guys, and we also were talking about starting your own business. So I don't want to hold my guests up. I mean, if you guys have to go, I know Nikki, you were saying that you may have to go. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I got some schoolwork I have to do. I got to go write papers. But thank you guys for having me.
It was so good with being here with you, Nikki. Oh my goodness.
It was. We enjoyed you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What'd you say?
Thank you, Vern. I have to prepare for next week as well. I have a lot of research to do. But I'll probably talk about that during one of my videos next week as well. But I'll see you guys.
Don't forget to catch them. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Tuber Chat, how are you? Hey, Robbins, Ness, how are you? Welcome in. I see Grandma Faye. Hello. Social Couplepreneur. Thank you guys for the raid. How are you? Welcome in. Hello, Consistent Place. Hello from New York. Hey, Benny. How are you? Last podcast before the world explodes. What's up? How are you? Welcome in. I'll have to catch the replay on this one. Oh, Social Couplepreneur. That's okay. I'm going to be on for a minute. I'll stay on for a few minutes. You guys have any questions? First, we were talking about work from home jobs and maybe some ideas that you can start your own business. But you guys know I also talk about YouTube. So if you have a question on that, you can ask the questions. I'll stay on for a little while. So let's get it. Let's go. What's going on? Welcome in Super Chat Raid. 12 Veils is in the house. Hello. Hey, PA. How are you? Hi, Robin's Nest. How are you? Yes. So if you guys have questions on your YouTube channel or if you have questions on work from home jobs, just let me know. Let me know. How is everyone doing? Super Chat, thank you so much. If you have questions, let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Pat Robbins. Hello. I'm just looking at something here. Come on in. Hey, D-Clan fans. It looks like you're being, I don't know why your comments aren't showing. Well, hello. Welcome in. Let's see. I see God's chosen vessel is here. Let me try to share her link. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to share her link. We can raid her too. We can raid her too. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm getting ready to film my first video. What should I use? YouTube or just my phone and upload? Well, it depends. So once you film it, you have to film either on a phone or the computer. Okay. Then you upload it to YouTube. When you upload it to YouTube, that is where you can make your edits. Unless then you have an editor like Power Director or there's another one. I forgot the name of the other one. If you have one of the other editing apps, then you can edit in there. That's for the Robin's Nest with Dee Dee and Pat. Robin's Nest with Dee Dee and Pat. Yeah, you need to have, let me see if I can find the name of it. Let's see. Thank you for all your help. You're welcome. Appreciate much time for the work. That's okay, JW. I understand. I understand. Let me guys give you some editing options. So you have the Power Director, which is the one that I like. I like because they're always updating it and you always get good information on it. But there are more that you can use. I'm just looking for the name of them. And of course, I can't find them. But yeah, you have to find out what editing app will work for you because they have several. So you'll film it on your phone or your computer, and then you will upload it to YouTube. When you upload it, you can edit it there, or you can transfer the video into the Power Director and edit it. Okay. Anybody else have a question? I was looking for the name of the other editing app because there are a lot. You know, you have to look them up. There are so many. Let's see. We have KindMaster and iMovie. Those are some that you can edit in. There's one called Open Shot. Hey, Designs by Cat Pro, how are you? Thank you, JW. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I hope all is well with you. Okay, guys. So, check ID. Okay, I will. Designs by Cat Pro. Thank you. So, guys, I just put a link in the screen. It's this one. Her name is Gwen. Let's go over there and raid her. She just made her 1K. So let's go over there and raid her. Let's go over there and raid her, guys. Click that link. Click that link. Click that link, guys. Click that link and raid Gwen's channel. Thank you, Tuba Chat. Thank you. So let's go on over there. Click that link, guys. I don't even think it's gonna let me click it here on yeah, it won't let me click it. But click that link, guys. Let's go over there and rate her. Go through at the end. Yeah, Tuba Chat. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. So let's go over there and rate her. She just hit her 1K. Let's go show her some love. Let's support her. But I appreciate you guys for coming in. Delcam fan, your comments were being held. I don't know why. Okay, guys, click that link. Let's go over there. Love and light. I'll see you later.